Well, folks, we kind of knew this was going to happen, didn't we? But first of all, welcome your lovely faces to a brand new video. My name is Dan, and what we're going to be looking at today is this, which is very interesting. So Liz Kendall, who is the Secretary of Technology, who she had trouble using her iPhone a couple of months ago, and now she's the head of technology, which is absolutely insane. But she is wraps cyber flashing into Online Safety Act. And obviously this is with unsolicited things, which I get it. I understand this. And yeah, okay, you know, there is things that do need to be done. But when you do an Online Safety Act where, first of all, you're just going on saying that, oh, it's to protect the kids. But then you lock every single thing that may jeopardize the Online Safety Act. If you're a company who's online, you're going to literally just censor everything. And as you can see by here, social media giants will be forced to crack down on cyber flashing under new duties to be announced by Technology Secretary Liz Kendall at the Labour Party conference. The move will see unsolicited images and videos classified as a priority offence under the Online Safety Act, placing a strict new obligations on platforms to detect and remove the material, or risk penalties of up to 10% of their global revenues, and in the most severe cases, having their services blocked in the UK. Keeping children safe online is non-negotiable, Kendall is set to announce in Liverpool, which I get the idea of the Online Safety Act, I really do. And there's other ways to combat it, instead of just censoring every single little thing that you think, now you're the government and everything else, is wrong. You may think one thing, your opinion is different to someone else's of what an Online Safety Act should be. We talked about it at length when this first started coming out at the end of July, and all devices at this moment in time, they should have the strictest parent, guardian, all the restriction locks on it going. If you're an adult, you should be able to turn them off. And with that there, that will cut down a lot of stuff. But you also got people who, in a house, or in a flat or apartment or whatever, your family, you got your kid a phone, you got your kid a laptop or a tablet or whatever, and you're not checking what your kids are doing online. That is one of the things that, when the internet first came around properly, like mid-90s, late 90s, when, like I said, I was going on rotten.com and all this kind of stuff, when I was home, my father would be asking me, well, what are you on? What are you doing? That, to me, is the Online Safety Act. That is what it should be. But seeing that Liz Kendall and everyone else, all they want to keep going is that the Online Safety Act, we're protecting children. We're protecting children online. Okay, great. But the problem is they're not. They are not just protecting kids online. This is a way to literally stop information from getting out and going to the people. Do you want to know something really, really funny? Last week, you had PlayStation State of Play. It went on for about 35 minutes and it was showing video games and everything else. And PlayStation themselves, they put out a tweet of the Wolverine trailer on Twitter. If you're in the UK, we couldn't see it. It's a fucking video game. And it wasn't even one of the bloody images from the video game. It was literally the face of Mystique when she changes. If you live in the UK, we've put this behind this because we need to determine how old you are. That is not protecting kids. That is censorship. And you've had a lot of other people who have been going on about this, and I'll just get someone up now and I'll show you. So here we go, folks. I've actually brought up Luke Stevens' stream when he was talking about this. And Synth Potato is one of the good guys on Twitter with Red Dead and everything else. And this is what he put out. All concerns I had that Wolverine might lack blood and brutality is gone. This looks absolutely gruesome. They cooked. And as you can see by there at the bottom, all concern, with a content warning, graphic content, X labeled this post as containing graphic content. Now with this by here, I believe he did show a little bit of the trailer, but he's also got the trailer just above him. And one of the funniest things was, I had something similar to this because I tweeted about it, and with mine, it was an image of Mystique's face. That's what it was. Which is absolutely just bizarre. they thought that Mystique's face was so bad, they needed to be like, oh, this is it, we're going to censor it. But getting back to the article about what she's done now with all of this, is this I do agree with, keeping, unsolicited pictures, no one wants them. And, she will tell the crowd that platforms will be required by law to detect and remove this material, because what is illegal offline must be illegal online. Now, the problem with this, as you can see, it does say about cyber flashing became a criminal offence in England and Wales in January of last year, carrying a maximum of 2-year prison sentence. But the problem is, a lot of people, they don't send it just on the main page of Twitter, or the main page of Facebook, or Instagram, or whatever. They're in private messages. Which now, even if you have end-to-end encryption like WhatsApp, Signal, and a few other ones, because of the Online Safety Act, they will no longer be encrypted. Which, that's your privacy gone. Literally. Now, another thing which they don't bring up here, which it does happen, is that people, having fun online, texting each other, whatever, and they could be sending back and forth images. And a lot of things, they can get rid of images after a couple of hours or days or whatever. You can put it on there. And say you had a falling out with that person. This person sent me this. I did not ask for this. That's the problem. And again, it's going to be going around like, well, do you trust this person? Do you not trust this person? Or, do you think they're lying? There's so much stuff going on with this. It's going to be very, very hard to do. And especially if they say that they want to fine these companies. It's not the company's fault. It's the person who is sending these things. It's what it should be is, it shouldn't be the company that is getting done if, for whatever someone is sent via their platform, it should be the person who's doing it. But it does say by here, as you can see, that a YouGov study published the same year found almost a third, 32% of girls aged 12 to 18 had received unsolicited images, underscoring the scale of the problem. Tougher rules and higher risks. The decision to elevate cyber flashing within the Online Safety Act reflects growing pressure on both government and industry to address online offences. Kendall said the change builds on her first act as a Secretary of State, compiling platforms to remove content that promotes this and this. Which, it's sad, but it's out there. And if you want to get rid of something, but you're not offering an alternative, that's one of the main problems as well. Like with this one by here. They go around saying that, oh, there's people out there to talk. But then if you go to the government, a lot of the times they'll go to your doctor. But I'm sorry, shouldn't you be helping as well? Shouldn't you be making a bigger thing on mental health awareness? Helping people, if they're having thoughts about this? If they go on a website where, let's face it, if someone wants to find something on the internet, they're going to find it no matter how hard they have to dig for it. It's just going to happen. But say with these things, these websites, if they have some of this, maybe those websites should have the alternative, like, oh, if you need to talk to someone, these are the persons in your country or your area. Some things like that. Because with this, everyone has these thoughts, one part of their life. Everyone does. And it's sad because they're literally trying to we're going to censor everything on the internet because, save the kids. It doesn't matter who you're saving. If these things are there, people are going to find them. Help with an alternative. That's what needs to be done as well. But when it's saying that, they're trying to, help the kids, we're trying to protect the kids, well, they're actually not. So this is another one from Sussex World. New online safety law risks excluding people with learning disabilities. This was actually published on Monday. The new UK's Online Safety Act, designed to protect vulnerable users, could end up shutting people with learning disabilities out of the digital world altogether, a social care leader has warned. Under the Act, which came into force in July, social media platforms must carry out strict age checks to keep children away from harmful content. While no single method has yet been prescribed, options include ID checks and AI face recognition. Yeah, I'm going to do a face of Norman Reedus because he's old and it's going to work out that they're a certain age. That's what happens, and that's what's been happening. For many people with learning disabilities and/or autism, however, these systems are unworkable, says David Holmes, founder of Big Life Adventure, a new digital platform for people with learning disabilities and/or autism. Holmes pointed out that many people with learning disabilities may not have passports or driving licenses, and that AI facial recognition tools could misjudge the age of people with Down syndrome or autism. Exactly. There's so many things that they haven't thought of, the government, when they're doing this. They've literally just gone, right, age restrict everything. That's what they've done. And they haven't thought of the people who are going to have issues and trouble with it. You know, there is people out there, sadly, that they do need the care of others to help them just navigate normal life. And seeing how they've put this by here, that AI facial recognition, it can misjudge, and I'm pretty sure it probably has already. And it says complex, multi-step verification processes can also be confusing, inaccessible, and anxiety-inducing for people. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely ludicrous that they haven't thought of helping. They think, oh yeah, we're protecting the kids, but you're shutting out millions of other people. Holmes has now written to Ofcom, the communications regulator, warning that the new rules risk entrenching digital exclusion for people with learning disabilities by shutting them out from safe online spaces like Big Life Adventure, which are designed to support them. Age verification requirements are disproportionately restrictive for people with learning disabilities, many of whom struggle with formal identification systems. This risks excluding them entirely from safe, well-moderated digital communities like ours. The Act appears to prioritise compliance mechanism designed for large commercial players while failing to account for smaller, specialist platforms whose users rely on tailored safeguarding approaches. Exactly. Literally what we just talked about. It's sad, it really is. Campaigners and digital rights groups are concerned that some age assurance approaches could amount to indirect discrimination under the Equality Act of 2010. And we got James Bahia at the Butterfly Project in Horsham. Companies who fail to meet the requirement risks enforcement action by Ofcom, which we saw and we've talked about at length, where it could be up to 10% of a global turnover for the company. Just say that's Apple. Just say that's Twitter or Facebook. 10% of their global revenue. That's in the billions. And that's just one fine that they could do. This is why it's just one of the worst things ever. Holmes, who funded Big Life Adventure himself, said the motivation for creating a platform was to tackle a huge gap between the lives of people with learning disabilities and the rest of society. Big Life Adventure provides a safe, inclusive space where users can connect, express themselves, and build friendships. Its built-in AI tool, Big Life Buddy, is designed to detect and flag illegal or harmful content and harassment before posts go live, and to provide in-platform education to help users reword or rethink messages. That there is absolutely brilliant. It really is. And the governments, hell, we've seen it all over the world. People with learning disabilities, a lot of the time, they are just shut out. They're shut out by the governments because the governments, they think it's too much to look after them. That's their problem. And they've done it exactly with this now. And hell, with the digital online IDs, which at this moment in time, if we go on over to the page, if you can see, it's 2,679,647,000 signatures. Look at that. And this is for the digital IDs. But there's actually another petition as well regarding the Online Safety Act, which is also hitting the hundreds of thousands, and I'm pretty sure it's in the millions now. But yeah, you're seeing these sort of things, and it's really sad to see, because the UK government, they don't really care about anything but themselves. Labour used to be for the people, but now they're just Tory light, and they're like, right, what can we do to make things better for us so we can keep an eye on every single person? And, oh, if someone's done something wrong, fine them. Fine them 10% global revenue. Oh, that'll be 3 billion. Lovely. That's how bad it is. Let us know what you think about this down below, folks. This is, in my eyes, it's one of the worst cases of censorship coming into play in most countries. Look at China. Look what happened there. Look at North Korea. The censorship that these places have is absolutely insane. But guys, like I said, like and subscribe. My name is Dan. I will be bringing you more videos regarding this. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.